now at Buca di Beppo on the Country Club Plaza. One of the fire investigators is speaking. Let's find out what happened.
And dizziness.
Any idea what caused it?
Right now we have shut off the gas to the structure, and we've looked at kitchen appliances being faulty and problems with ventilation. We're still under investigation doing that and ventilating the restaurant at the present time.
You said it was 2 or 3 million.
People tell you about the circumstances in there when they arrived today. What caused their alarm?
Just dizziness, and they were getting sick, is what I was informed.
Did they say anything about any sort of malfunction in the air conditioning, heating, ventilating, or anything?
When I arrived, no. We're thinking it's the ventilation system, though, at this time, still under investigation.
And you said it was like 2 or 3 million parts per. Can you give us that measurement again and how that relates to what is a dangerous level?
Anything above 10 is a dangerous level on parts per million for CO, and we were getting 300 parts per million and above.
How often does something like this happen, and just how dangerous is it?
CO is very, very dangerous, not just in businesses, but residential. And the dangerous is that you can become dizzy, unconscious, and actually die.
Would you consider something like this rare?
I wouldn't say it's rare. It's a problem with the ventilation systems at any restaurant or any home.
And again, how many people were taken to the hospital?
Excuse me?
How many people were taken to the hospital?
We transported 3 to the hospital.
Chief, how long will this establishment be closed?
At the present time, Missouri Gas and Energy is on the scene. They've shut off the gas. They'll be pinpointing what the issue was, and up to the restaurant owners to get it fixed before it can be open.
In your experience, there'll probably be the rest of the day closed?
Possibly.
Right.
As soon as they can get repairs done.
For you guys, what do you have to do to make sure it's cleared out, and how do you kind of assess how to clean everything up?
We have CO meters and forecast meters. We're constantly taking readings at the present time inside the structure where it was located at and outside. As soon as it drops to a safe level, we'll have Missouri Gas and Energy in there to pinpoint exactly what it was and have the repairs done.
What's the safe level, and then how does it affect other businesses nearby?
Safe level is anything below 10 parts per million, and it affects everything because as the CO is being pushed out, it could leak into other businesses.
And then obviously the obvious dangers is the people, but moving other businesses, what do you need to do, and what do they need to do to make sure their businesses aren't affected?
We're constantly at the present time monitoring. We have no other problems with any other businesses at the present time. But for residential use, for CO protection, you can buy a local CO monitor at the store that it will sound an alarm for your own safety. Just a message for the citizens of Kansas City is make sure you have not just a working smoke detector, but a working CO detector also.
Was it an alarm that went off here?
Do they have those detectors here, and were they sounding when you went in there?
At the present time, I don't know.
Is it illegal for a restaurant not to have an alarm?
I can't answer that one.
Okay. Is there anything else that stood out to you about today, about their injuries, or anything that you need to do moving forward?
They're at the hospital presently being evaluated for CO poisoning, and that's the best I could tell you.
And again, just to confirm, CO, carbon monoxide.
Yes.
Got it.
3 out of the 5 people that were in there, correct?
That's correct, sir.
Very good. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Chief. All right, so again, guys, that was one of the mini chiefs here on the scene here at Buca di Beppo here on the plaza. Guys, just before 11 o'clock this morning, they got a call, showed up, found out it was a carbon monoxide poisoning. 3 people taken to the hospital. We have no idea the extent of the seriousness of their injuries, but as the chief just explained to us, a normal reading would be, or a healthy reading, max, would be up to about 10 parts per million. This was up to 300, so more, at least 30 times the safe level of carbon monoxide inside the building. We'll try to figure out more on what the situation is here, when it will be safe to reopen this restaurant, if that will be today or a further date, and of course the status of the 3 people who were taken to the hospital. Cynthia, back to you.